had to bring you down to my level. So I have to cut the very tip of your head off.
You're bringing me down to your level, so you're cutting part of my head off. Okay.
Yeah.
I see how it is now.
That's how it is. Because I'm not petty. First, I want to say, again, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Mom.
We're both way too much alike. We're both like, you don't listen to me!
And I'm like, no, I'm listening. You're not listening.
Hold on, I don't know if I'm actually in the video. This is my first time being cameraman. Yeah, I'm in the video.
I'm like, let me know.
That's kind of what I did at the yesterday at the theater practice. They were having like all of them stand in line because that's where they have to be on stage because they're going to the arts festival this weekend. Do you work Saturday?
I do.
Damn, that sucks. Because I want to really go to the arts festival.
And I'm kind of interested in it now.
Yeah, well, they don't. What time do you work?
I think in the evening.
Yeah, well, either way, it would kind of not work because they're on stage at 2:30 is when they go on stage.
Yeah.
So, well, again, you get to listen to a lot of our conversation. Your turn. Welcome.
Sorry, I'm playing.
I just see eyeballs go.
I was just like, hold on, wait, put me on the spot. I ain't gonna be there.
You're so red.
It just like totally blinked.
Well, I always do it, so I figured maybe we'll let you try it.
Oh, because I took the corner?
That's right. Because you took my corner.
Welcome to Looking
Through the Glass.
I'm Giselle.
And I'm Sela. If any of you have troubles with my name, you could call me Cece. Or Charlie.
Or Charlie.
Yeah.
And I go by Jessie.
And I'll give you a little story about the Charlie. You ever know when you have like a little kid nickname and you absolutely despise it? I always hated it. I should be looking at them, not you.
Yeah, but I'm giving you the dirtiest look because I do know.
I know you know. That's why I said, do you know?
I do know.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
We're not getting into that right now.
But anyways, so when I was born, I was named after my Aunt Sela. My grandmother looked at me and said I didn't look like a Sela. She said I looked like a Charlie's Angel. But when I was young, I didn't realize what Charlie's Angels was in the 70s. So, just meant I was beautiful. Why are you staring outside? It's like you're just like, the tree, I'm watching it grow.
I'm not.
Look, it's growing.
I'm sorry, guys. Allergies are bad today.
I hate when I have sinus congestion.
It's not that bad, but it's just the allergies have been, and just the sneezing. Like, I'll sneeze once, and then it's just nonstop after it. I'm like, that's how Joey feels. At least I can breathe in between.
Yeah, no. Hi, Snickers. Nice. Meet Snickers.
I named her because she looks like a Snickers bar.
Oh.
She still have an ugly face like her mom. She's all one-eyed looking at me.
She's got allergies for real, too.
But... yeah, we gotta keep this short. We said we were gonna keep this
yeah,
short.
crap.
I told you I wasn't gonna stay short.
I am so sorry. ADD at the worst. It's just, I don't know. I have fun and I just go around in circles.
So yesterday we both had a really, really rough day.
That we did.
And
it started out right away really, really rough. And it was just really big miscommunication.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. And assumptions on both ends.
Miscommunication. Not listening.
Ma'am. I was making sure she was going to know that she wasn't listening.
That just proved my point. I was like, no, it didn't. I'm driving right now.
You hung up on me when I was yelling at you.
Because I wasn't going to do the screaming match because we're older than that. But that's where it turned. That's where it turned. And I had started that. I know that. I admit it. But
she admitted fault on camera.
So, you cannot cut that. There is no editing. We do not edit. I just want to put that out there. We do not edit. So, if you see a little glitch, she edited. Or Joey did. Or somebody did.
We got it on camera, that's all I gotta say. She admitted it.
No,
but there was fault on my end too. It was I was frustrated and I just wanted peace. And I just was like, I felt like that. I was so overwhelmed with running around and doing everything.
Saturday was a lot.
Lord, was Saturday a lot.
Saturday was a lot.
Between the work and then the end of my shift and dealing with complicated people and then
That's such a nice way to put it.
I'm gonna be honest, it was much worse than that. But I was like to the point where I got to the car and I was wanting to scream.
Why didn't you?
Because I was trying to call you, and then when your phone went straight to voicemail, I was even more fucking pissed. Excuse my language, I'm sorry.
I don't put it for kids anymore because we can't leave comments.
Okay.
So I changed it all of them last night. I changed them all to where it's not for kids. It's for any age. Sorry to cut you off. Just letting you know.
But it definitely, I hit a point where I was just like, I'm done. I almost threw my phone out the window because I called Dad and I was like, hey Joey, can you get is there any way you can get the gate for me? I'm on my way. And then it cut out and I was like, oh my God.
That was during the storms, wasn't it?
No, this was on Saturday when on my way here because you were gone.
Where was I?
You were out fishing. And I couldn't get a hold of you because you asked me to get those bathing suits for you. And I was like, your card wasn't working. I was trying to let you know. And oh yeah, it was so complicated Saturday. And
I was out fishing?
And yeah.
How come I don't remember out fishing?
I don't know. You came by and see me at work.
Oh, yeah. I was just behind your building.
I knew that's where you were at, but I was just so...
I was literally, like, walking distance.
I was just so calm. Like, I was at a point where I was like, I am done. And so I got home, to your house here, and I just vented to Joey and Andre.
Yeah, I know, because, when I went into the gaming room and I was talking to Joey, I all of a sudden just went into this little rant and then started crying. And he was like, get out of the room right now. And I'm looking at him like, who the F are you to tell me to get out of somewhere in my house? Do you remember the last thing that told me to get out? I moved in. And he was like, no, he goes, it's this room. It's got to be this room. He goes, because Giselle was standing in that exact spot and just was like, he goes, and then just broke. And I was like, I must be feeling her because it's been something so new.
Well, and my emotions have, like, for just the last...
Yeah, they've been really, really high.
They have.
They've
been like,
just, I'm touching that on very sensitive subject.
They have been a very high, and I will admit that, like, it's...
She has been. Very sweet girl.
It's just a quick switch of the flip. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
I think a lot of it has to do because a lot of people are going through a lot of different changes. And you know, even like Cat Williams and a lot of people are talking, this is the year of the 8, the infinity. Sorry. My initials are 888. But the SSS. And in all that Giselle was, sorry, did I cut you off?
No, I was listening.
Oh, okay. You were listening.
I might hear.
Yes, ma'am, I'm listening.
I'm making sure you know I hear you.
This is supposed to be a short video. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I told her it wasn't going to be.
Well, it just may be a part 1, part 2, or you're just gonna have to deal with it.
If you love us, you'll
If you love us, you will listen. Like we are listening to each other.
For the first time.
That's not the first time. Maybe, well. Where did she go?
But yeah, it's been a lot of complicated things, and I think yesterday was the one day I was like, nope, I am taking the day to myself, and I'm going to sit here, and I was going to clean my house. That was my plan. And then we had our fight, and I was like I'm going laying down.
Well, so this is kind of the point where we're leading to. As you all know, today's day 24. I'm almost a full month in. Very little seizures, at least not any dramatic seizures, not any traumatic seizures. Okay, yesterday was a little dramatic, but it wasn't a seizure. It was just me. But as we all know, sorry for shaking. I know, bumper chairs. But anyways, no wonder people love us. But anyways, so hi Snake.
Pay attention to the camera, ma'am.
The cat wanted me again. So anyways, this is part of the reason why we're doing this channel is for healing and to kind of help people that are going through the same thing that I'm going through. Because you go through a lot of changes. And when you are doing the thing that I was doing, it numbs you. And that's literally the whole reason why we do drugs, pretty much, is to escape traumas and stuff like that. I am wanting to be around people for the first time in so many years.
And I'm not sure how to react to that because my entire life, my mom has always been a distant, I want to be by myself type person.
I've always been a loner.
Exactly. You've always been a loner. You've always been okay, I need time for myself. I don't want people around me. And I've always understood that. Sometimes I got a little butthurt about it, but
like I did yesterday. Joey was laughing because we totally switched goals.
We really did, and it was really weird because I even typed out this message that was really calling out this whole situation. And when I typed it out, I called out something that was like, hold on, that's calling myself out too. I'm gonna delete.
I'm being totally hypocritical right now.
I hit that point.
And you hit that point?
I did.
You hit the hypocritical point?
Yeah, that was like, oh, okay, let me delete that. But I was like, you call me dramatic. Look who's being dramatic now. I straight up typed it out.
And I was. And, it was a total miscommunication, but it did bring up traumas.
It really did.
That we both had or have due to different situations in our lives. And I don't want to call anybody out. Because I think it's, there's reasons. Everybody has their own. Did you move it maybe?
I think the camera moved a little bit.
Excuse me for a moment. Quick commercial break. Yeah, it did move a little bit. You're still in it. Hello.
Hi.
I feel like on Inspector Gadget, where I'm like, I'll get you, Gadget, and you're little.
I thought that was Dr. Evil.
Well, they all have their cat, but on Mr. Gadget, Inspector Gadget, he always.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Inspector Gadget was like my favorite. But anyhow, let's get back to it. It brought up a lot of old traumas that we both have been fully aware of, but maybe not handling or
fully healed from it yet.
I think maybe we were aware of it. I think on my side, anyways, I'm aware of it a little bit, but not facing it. Maybe I'm not quite sure. I haven't quite. But anyhow, it brought up both traumas of us, and
I noticed that I'll call mine out. I think mine was I had the fear of not pleasing.
Yes,
and that definitely came out.
Yes,
and that was I was like, she's disappointed in me, and now I've upset her, and now I need to come out, and I was like, I need to figure a way around this to make her happy, to please her, and that's where my side came out 100%, and I see that,
and that is something I've passed down. It really is, because I've always been such trying to, because of the addiction, and no matter what kind of person I was, I mean, it doesn't, I never fell into the things that most people fell into. Thank heavens. You know, I was somehow, some way safeguarded. Oh, Jocelyn and I were chasing her, torturing her yesterday.
It's always been one of those things
But anyhow, so I just kind of, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I just wanted to touch point because this is something that I know that this may not be so this channel may not be as organized as some would like, but you know,
the messages come as they come and they'll go as they
go. And drug addiction is not organized, people.
Mm-mm.
Healing from drug addiction is not organized.
You go through so many different
So
things.
you can't expect advice or expect somebody to share their experiences and it to be organized. That is just for a few of you. And if this channel isn't for you, then so be it. I mean, you know,
there's no offense taken to it.
No, there's no offense taken to it at all. I hope that you do find the help that you need when you're ready. You know, no judgments over here, because that would be me being hypocritical, and I have a huge thing against being hypocritical.
And everybody deals with their trauma at their own pace, at their own time, and when they're ready to deal with it. It's not an easy thing to deal with that. There's so much that I honestly still haven't dealt with. There's so much that I am still facing that I'm not trying to make myself cry.
Cry.
You like rolled your R.
I know. I can roll my
cry.
This is helping me roll my R's. I'm like, arriba!
But it's always been really rough, and I will say that talking about it has helped in some areas, but I mean I'm still learning on how to heal from so many things that I've faced for such a young person.
Yeah.
For such a young age in my generation, honestly, like some of us face some of the same things.
Yeah.
And there's more people like me out there that have
absolutely
truly faced in a lot of the things that we went through.
And I have this guilt of, because I did do drugs, you know, I never put drugs in front of a bill or put drugs. Is there something?
No, your necklace.
Oh, I'm like, is there something wrong with me? I never, you know, I never had to sell myself. I never had to go those places. But we still dealt with things as though I did.
Yeah.
And
I knew the real reasons, and I was aware, for even though I was 13 years old, I knew what was going on. I
It's
knew the
because you were so
situation.
nosy.
I am the nosy one.
She is. She's the stalker. But I know that you know the real reasons, and I know you don't blame me.
Mm-mm.
Because it was the situation that I was facing for so long, and that is something that I had to learn how to heal. Like, I'm actually able to talk about it. I want to kind of cry, but I'm not. I've gotten that far with it, which it took a long time. It took a very long time to and it took a long time of you and Joey and everybody telling me it wasn't your fault. It wasn't that,
Yeah.
and because, like, when we first told Joey about it, he thought about leaving me for a long time, and of course I was under super surveillance and microscope. Of course I would be, but after noticing that I never lied, I was always very truthful, I was always straight up. I never was running around anywhere. I was never doing any of the things that most people associate with that. I wasn't.
You weren't sneaky.
Not at all.
No, because he would tell him exactly where you were at.
No matter how hard it was to tell him, okay, I'm out, I gotta go do this. I still did it because it was, no, this is an open policy here. He's trusting me, I have to trust him.
Exactly.
Because that's where it comes down to. It's more of a trust. At least on my side, it was a matter of trust, of trusting somebody with that kind of information that can be used against me.
Well, you've always been one of those people who...
Because everything's always been used against me.
Yeah.
In one way or another. Everything has always been used against me in one way by one person or multiple. As you know.
Yeah.
As you've seen. You grew up seeing it.
And not just one area, but in multiple areas.
Yeah. And like throughout my entire life, it has been like that. There's been so many traumas. And I'm not blaming anybody for it. I'm not. So anybody that's watching this, that I want you to know that I'm not blaming anybody for it. It's just kind of the way cookie crumbles sometimes, Could things been handled differently? On all sides, yes. That's just the way it goes. We all made the decisions that we made, and that's that. And we've all gone through them. But I just kind of want to let you guys know, when you quit doing drugs,
the emotions are, what I can tell from an outside view, is very heightened.
Yeah, a lot of my gifts are heightened too, and I'm not understanding how to, like, they're just kind of just there. Like the other day at the store, I was like, and then I went like this, and put my hand down, and boom, your ringtone. Just stuff like that. I'm not even realizing that I have them, so I'm not understanding what I'm feeling, because I'm not understanding where it's coming from. But there is a lot more wanting to be around people, enjoying people more. And I think part of that, honestly, has to do with not having to work my schedule around it.
Yeah, I remember you were talking to me about that, and
as much as I hate to admit that, I mean, because that really touches my pride there. Just to be honest, just to be completely honest, it really does touch my pride there, because I've always fought so hard to not be typical. And I don't think that that's a thing that a person that can get away from when they're addicted.
I think I'm battling that and not wanting to be typical. Like, I'm finding things I'm finding interesting and, like, I'm liking them and enjoying them. And I'm like, and then somebody will point out, oh, that's typical. And I'm like, well, now I don't like it.
I've been that way my whole life.
Like, I just noticed that.
I've been that way my whole life. Like, I've always, like, you know, the trends.
Yeah.
I totally would not have it, like, everybody be like, oh, this, and I would purposely be different. Like, I would push myself to be different because I am not everybody else.
Exactly, and I've always been that way too.
That's like, where we've always been very,
I never followed trends, and then I would like, and now I find myself going, I kind of want to try that. That seems kind of cool. And now I'm just like, no, that's a trend.
Yeah,
but then I'm like, but I still want to try it.
Right?
I could try it in the privacy of my home, and nobody would know.
Right? And I'm finding myself doing the same thing, but more so than anything. Like, Jocelyn and I were talking last night, and she's like, she's laughing at me because I'm, you know, normally like, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to be around people. And I've always said, I'm never going to be lonely. And it's not loneliness. As much as I want to place it there, it's not loneliness. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's the concept of you've always been around people, but you always felt alone because of what you were going through.
You know, and that's a very, 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 very good.
And now that you are taking away that product, that thing that has
crutch,
that has always made you feel alone in so many ways, that now you're enjoying the time with people. You are getting to see everything with a different view.
Yeah.
Because you're no longer looking through the glass.
Oh, that was a good one. That's seriously, that
it's just something that,
like I was saying on the interview, or what, the interview, well, it kind of was an interview. You did kind of conduct it like an interview. We haven't posted that one yet.
We're getting to it.
That one actually is going to take some editing. I gave you a little preview of my smashing. Well, there's more video to it, and we want to put, we put together a little audio. Afterwards, I went over to Giselle's house, and we sat down with family, and because that was a huge milestone for me, and I did it earlier than what I was going to, and it was completely unexpected. I know, I'm sorry. I called.
It's fine. It was, we shouldn't, yeah, we've been there, but I felt that it wasn't something we had to be there for, because it was truly for you.
My decision.
And it was your decision. It wasn't something that, it was something that was like, hey, if you want to be there, it's fine. Like, we want.
Well,
like,
yeah, Joey really wanted to be there because you know how he is. He's sentimental. Like
and I can understand that. Me, I'm just like, you do you. That is you. That is 100% the thing that you feel it's time. Go for it. Do it. That is, because I can't tell you. That's bad. Then I feel like I'm telling you when your time is.
Yeah, you are right on that. Whew, headache. Thank you. I'm getting away from you.
I'm sorry.
God. Ugh.
See, mine's back here though.
Yeah, it hurt like just right here. But I just kind of want to let you guys know, you know, you're going to go through so many different changes. It's not what I thought. It really isn't what the movies describe it to be and what people describe it to be. There's so much more. Well, it's so much deeper.
They show a lot of the physical.
And I have been so blessed
to not go through that physical part of it. And I think
we
see the complications of the physical sides of it and not the mental sides of it. And because a movie only breaks down to a short moment
Yeah.
compared to
Months. Years. This is something that we've been working on for years. I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but I am, for the first time in so many years, I have dignity.
Yeah.
I have self-esteem on a positive level. I feel proud of myself. I don't feel ashamed for anything. I don't have that skeleton in the closet, because this was quite literally my deepest, darkest skeleton. I don't hide very much from people.
Your insecurities are not.
Yeah, the insecurities. It's so wonderful. It is. And I'm not trying to brag, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel down because they're not where I'm at, because you are where you are, you know? And that's the way I kind of had to teach myself first, is accepting where I was in that journey. I had to accept where I was in that journey and not beat myself up for not being further. Because once you accept yourself where you are, then you know where to start. Then you have a place to start from. And, you know, no matter how hard it is to accept, just accept it. Just write it down. That's what I did. I just accepted it and I wrote it down. And, you know, the writing down and burning and releasing helped quite a bit. It does something with the subconscious. People say witchcraft. People say whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter what it is. If it helps, then do it. It doesn't matter. Don't stick with the cliches. Don't stick with the standard, because if you're still struggling with it, then the standard isn't gonna work your way. There's a reason. Whatever that reason is, you're not standard. You're yourself.
And I want to really touch base that, like, on an outside view of being a support system, we have to be more understanding. It's so, because it's so hard. You don't understand them on why or what it is.
We don't even understand ourselves.
And so, but we work so hard on trying to, and it's just accept the fact that you don't understand, and you will not understand because you're not that person, and you won't be that person. But still give that support, because
just love them.
They need that to know that they will still be loved when they make it through to the end.
I can't say. I'm not going to sit here, and please don't say, well, you know, my kid stole my credit cards and this and that. I've never been in that situation, so I can't speak on that. I can say what I think, and I think a lot of that has to do with the lack of support. But I can't say that either, because there's a lot of
different situations. There's a lot of different situations that people face.
And it, you know, I don't know the reasons.
I've seen some people where they don't want the help. They are stuck in that mode of being a thief and a liar, and they are,
just do your best to love them. And, you know, if they're not healthy for you, then you got to do you.
You have to keep your own sanity and your own protection for your own self and your home and the others.
The only thing I can say from somebody on that side is don't ever completely give up on them. You know, you can keep yourself safe. You know, you can meet them, go out to lunch with them, take them out to lunch, make sure they get some food, but keep your money in your pocket and don't bring a purse.
Keep boundaries.
Yeah, you put up boundaries. That's the best thing I can say. I cannot give advice. This isn't advice on any level. Let me first put that disclaimer out there. This is not advice on any level, on anything. This is literally just
from the heart and soul.
My experiences and the experience of my family, because I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that has seizures and that has afflictions. I'm not the only one that experiences this. I'm not the only one that has had trauma and has turned to something, regardless of what that something is. um, I just want to be a little bit of help in any way I can, because I literally was given a gift by not having these seizures right now, 24 days in, almost a freaking month. Almost a freaking month. And the only time that I actually, and I didn't, it was, the picture was building before the thought. And that was when I went and smashed my stuff. Because it was like, no, I haven't come this far for me to go backwards. I have gone this far without any seizures. The furthest I've gotten, I'm not going to have the seizures, basically, is what I told myself. And I was like, not only do I want to make it difficult for me to have to go get it, but then I have to go through, to me, what I find embarrassing and go get the paraphernalia to get it. It is available everywhere around us.
Oh, yeah.
I can make it. But it was always very embarrassing for me. And I'm sure quite a few people feel the same way. Going in and getting the paraphernalia it's embarrassing. It's scary. It's, nerve-wracking.
And I mean, it is just when I go into a smoke shop now, like just for the Delta 8 or something. Like,
Yeah,
it still feels kind of weird doing that because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel awkward. I feel so awkward just going and getting Delta 8.
And it's perfectly legal.
Yeah, something that's completely legal. Like looking at the water pipes and stuff like that. I just end up like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I went in there with you and I was like,
Yeah. It's just one of those things. So I can only imagine what it's like.
You are a jerk, sir. 1, 2, 3. Here comes the train. Lay down now and quit shaking my table.
I can only imagine how embarrassing and awkward it feels to that level.
Especially when you already have this, because it literally, when in cartoons and stuff where they have the rain cloud.
Yeah,
that's the best way I can explain it. It's like the rain cloud that follows you, and like we're going on a cruise in August. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about how to get through the inspections. I don't have to worry about how I'm going to do it and not get caught or thrown off the boat, and not have seizures. I do still have to worry about the seizures because the ship does bring them on. Yeah, with the constant moving forward, because driving kind of brings them on too. But I'll worry about that then. That's then, that not, but I don't have to worry about all the other crap. I don't have to go, okay, I'm going over to Sal's house for so many hours, I don't have to do, it's like literally like a feeding schedule.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can explain it. Like you have a litter of kittens and you have a feeding schedule.
Well, and you're still kind of battling with that because of the medications you have to take for your seizures and everything. Because you do have to take them in the AM and the PM, and
yeah, so but those are perfectly legal. but I do forget.
You still forget those. Like you'll be at my house and you're like, your alarm goes off and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like, oh crap. Well, looks like I'm late tonight.
Yeah, so I do know that, where you'll sleep through your alarm in the mornings, and so you still, and that's still a battle in its own.
Yeah, but when you're going through all of that, And then, you know, one thing I just, sorry, it just popped up in my head. The one thing that I have the hardest time with is not sleep itself. It's like dealing with myself going to sleep. If that makes any sense.
It's bedtime. No.
Yeah, kind of. But I'll be like, I want to go to sleep. And I'm like, laying there and I'm just like, boop, ba, da, ba, da, da, da.
The spurts of energy when you're supposed to go to bed.
They're not spurts of energy. They're just, I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I wish I could give it a better explanation. But it's like, there's so much more of me alive.
But I will say that at the end of the day, I'm really glad that we can come through and
be best friends again.
And work through our problems, even though we went from a screaming match and ready to
Did we telling you if you don't answer your door, I'm going to bust it down?
And I'm the second I got in the shower, I'm like, she's going to show up. She's going to show up.
I told you I was driving over.
You said you were going to, and then I figured because I called back, you weren't going to.
Nope.
But then you hung up, and I said, this bitch is going to show up at my house.
Damn straight.
And so I finally get in the shower, and the dog started barking, and I was like, okay, Andre might be home. And then I did still barking. Didn't hear the back door, and I was like, all right. And then my phone started buzzing. I'm like, Mom's here.
Well, and I told Joey too, I was like, you didn't bring the rest of my keys, so I don't have a key to her house, do I?
And that's what I was going to say. You have a key to the house, don't you?
Just such attitude. And then I would have been like, oh yeah, you're right.
I straight up was about to say, you have a key to the house. That's when he said, I'm going to break in. I'm like, you have a key. You're going to break my window just because.
I said I was going to bust down your door.
And then you'd have to pay for it.
Well, then I would pay for it.
But I was like, you're going to bust down my door when you got a key to the house.
No, that literally was the worst way I could have handled that. In all honesty. That literally was the worst way I could have handled it.
At that point, it pissed me off even more. And I'm like, you're going to come into the privacy of my house? Oh, hell no.
Exactly. And that was something that I absolutely regret. And that's where those are things that I have to work on because those are things that I was taught.
Yeah, you got to realize I'm an adult mom.
I'm an adult. I know I need to realize that sometimes.
You need to realize I'm an adult. It's not like, you're trying to break into my room and I'm living with you. No, it's...
You don't even do that then.
I think you've done it once.
I've never broke into your room. Never. No.
Yes, you have. And you threw an egg at me.
Look.
It missed. It hit the wall. At least it was an egg.
That was head injury, not me.
But I'm really glad.
You guys will learn a whole lot more about that. And those things really still get to me. Those things, and I'll heal through them.
You'll get through them, and
I get flashes sometimes, and it's really, really hard.
But I really am glad that we can always come back around and...
I get around, round, I get her around. I get her around.
But I really am happy that we can talk about it and go from there on it.
And actually laugh about it and make jokes about it. And
yeah, because what's the point of sitting on it and being... I mean, I'm petty no matter what.
Well, we both are.
And so we're going to be a little petty about it, but it's in a joking, playful way.
And that's how we work through it.
Exactly. But there's no point in sitting on it and sitting and being angry and letting it
We're not
build.
trying to hatch a chick.
You never know. But
I don't know. I tend to hatch retarded chicks.
but I am happy that I just let it go. It's
Let it go. But anyways, this has been a lot longer than we expected.
sorry. I'm not sorry.
Not really either, you know. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of you are gonna. I've already gotten. You tell me. I've already gotten comments from people about being unorganized and that we're all over the place on the video and this and that. And, you know, you have a right to your own opinion. You really do. And if I'm not for you, if we're not for you, then we're not for you. And I just hope that, because this was referred to people with the same afflictions, and they were, which, I'm sorry, if you're a tweaker, how can you be organized? Number one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Number one. I just need to put that out there. You're a tweaker. Get over it. You're not organized. Okay?
I don't believe anybody is organized, and
healing is unorganized.
And
sorry about the tweaker thing. That was just kind of a joke thing, but not really at the same time.
I'm this whole thing is not going to be organized, and it's just us being who we are, and
in all honesty, this is for me and her
and the rest of our family.
And the rest of our family to heal as much as we can. And I don't know, I was told to start this channel
and possibly reach those who are really wanting to heal and need the help of healing.
Maybe this will just put some minds to rest a little bit. You know, my mind was constantly, I think maybe that's where it is more, you know, now that I think about it, because my mind was constantly just beating myself up, and now I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, well, what do I do?
You don't know what to do.
I don't know how to be, because I'm not beating myself up. And it's so weird. My mind, like laying in bed where I was like, you know, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. I know I'm tired, but my mind isn't beating me up. So now that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so, haha, there's a reason why you watched this far. But no, I think that's what it is my mind is free from constant critiquing, constant, because that's what I was doing for so many years. It was, okay, how can I change this? How can I heal this? What else do I need to do? Because it has been a struggle.
Yeah.
That you see me right now, you do not see me 10 years ago. You do not see me 5 years ago. You do not see me 1 year ago crying on Giselle's shoulder going, why can't I heal this? What is going on? Going, I'm such a horrible person. I'm such a bad mom. You know, and some of you might go, oh, you're going to your kids and this and that. Well, listen to me on this. You leave your kids out of things that are going on in your life, and you will regret it. I promise you, because they're going to do the same to you.
Yeah.
You are teaching them. You are teaching them. I don't care how old they are. Do not hide life from them. You want to teach them to say no to drugs. Well, you got to teach them life. And that's I think that's the best thing I could have done with you guys, because all of you guys.
Well, and you learned a lot of that because I'm your first, and
I couldn't hide.
There were some things that you did hide, but at some point I hit that age of being so snoopy and nosy that
But there was also a lot of things that I couldn't hide, and a lot of things that
But from learning from with me and then going to Jocelyn, there's a major difference between the two of us.
Yeah, there is.
Because
There's a major difference between all of you guys and her, and that's because the other ones I didn't really necessarily get to.
yeah, but Jocelyn, you've raised from the beginning,
Not hiding anything from
not
her.
hiding anything from her. You
Well,
let her
that's
see-
because of her biological. He was so bad. It was, why am I gonna hide who he is just for her to be like, okay, I love him, he's my daddy, and then go to that and
Yeah.
being so innocent in that. I would have
And
never
she-
forgiven myself.
and
It would have
so-
screwed her up so bad.
And so she's always seen everything for anything, and she has her own opinion. She was able to create her own opinion, and that is that keeping kids from life. And there was a lot of things I hid from that, or was hidden from me, that I didn't
Appreciate.
appreciate. And then I wasn't able to form my own opinion. I was forced to have an opinion.
Yeah.
That was my problem with it, is you're forcing me to have an opinion when I'm a human being. I create my own opinions. Don't tell me how to think.
And how the hell are they going to become their own person if you continue to form their opinions for them?
Exactly.
But that's a totally different subject.
We'll go down that road one day.
That's another rabbit hole. But anyhow,
Honestly, unorganized, but here we are. And I will say that coming together even after fighting, don't hold it against the person and talk about it. Be mature enough to talk about it, and so you can joke
or be
about it.
petty like us and joke around unjokingly until we get over it.
Like I told her, she will never be on my level. I can come down to hers.
Because I'm sure, you know what? I can be on your level and need something to stand on.
And then all I have to do is and then you have to step down.
I know, right? But you have to step down to walk.
Exactly. You can't stay on my
I
level.
can walk. And see, that's kind of how you got to be about things. You know, just screw it. It ain't worth all that.
But
They
Yeah.
say life is too short, but I don't think that's what it is. Life is precious.
I'll say life is not valued enough.
Time, they say you don't have enough time, and it's, no, you don't.
You gotta learn to appreciate what you have and appreciate
Who you have.
and what's around you.
Even if they have issues.
Yeah.
We all have issues. I see that petty face.
100%. But yeah, I think this was a good one.
I think this was a good one too. So,
To conclude,
thank you for watching this far. You are truly dedicated.
we appreciate your dedication.
We really appreciate your dedication. And if you know anybody that may be facing some similar things or that might enjoy this video, we ask you to please share.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe, please. I never thought I would be saying these words. Never in a
20
million
years,
years.
guys. 20 years.
She's been trying to get me to do this for such a long time.
20 years.
I never thought I would be saying these words and enjoying it. It's amazing how much you change when you don't hate yourself.
We appreciate everybody who watches, who shares.
Who likes, and we love you if you subscribe. So,
Join us again some other time. Who, when, where, who, when, I don't know.
well, where? It's going to be YouTube. We have a Patreon.
We do. We'll get it posted.
We're figuring it out.
Slowly but surely. Like I said, bear with us.
Please. And obviously you will if you've gotten this far. You are truly a fan. And we love our fans.
And I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has started viewing our introduction and
278 views.
our random short has over, I think it hit 400.
Did it hit 400?
I don't know. I'm about to look right now.
Yeah, and that is so the one that I did not want to go viral because I was... If you see it, please read the comments. There was a comment in there, and I replied to the comment stating that this is not how I want to...
395 views.
395 views. And yeah, we got 277 on our introduction.
All these other ones are like under 40 views. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. I've been having fun with it.
This is all for fun. And you know what? We're here.
That's what life is about.
We get to look back on these ourselves. So.
And be like, do you realize how stupid you were?
Do you realize how ugly you look?
My eyebrow. So, I want you all to see.
Oh my lord.
I have this eyebrow.
Bushy.
It sticks out. I just want you to see so I can get over it, okay?
Watch them not even be able to see it.
I
It's
know,
just your
right?
eyeball.
I just want to get over all my insecurities right now.
Okay, we're like ending this 3 separate times.
It's like Christy and I on the phone.
All right, guys.
Now that I showed you my eyebrow up close, that's what's going to be anything.
We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Yes, please, again, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. We love you, especially for going this far. Bye.
Sayonara. I said that right?
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Peace.